Where you going with your head hung down? Papers blowing through the streets of town. They've already taken all of your posters down. Didn't take them long once the orders came down. Sunrise off the lake shining in your eyes, shining on the wasted and the wise. And all you hear ringing in your ears are bald-faced lies that scream like the gulls in that smoke-stained amber sky. Fly back to the nest if it helps at all. St. Mary of the Woods in the early fall. The leaves are turning on the Wabash now, and the children sing for you. They sing a song of your dreams come true. Where you going? Brandy on your breath. Bottles open, spilled across the desk. Snifters broken, smashed against the wall. Just the way you're standing says it all. You hung the sign out, please do not disturb. Your driver's waiting out front on the curb. Write it off as one more half-sold show. If they've already seen your best, they can do without the rest, don't you know? Fly back to the nest if it helps at all. St. Mary of the Woods in the early fall. The leaves are turning on the Wabash now, and the children sing for you. They sing a song of your dreams come true. Hallelujah. Welcome back. Honey, don't you be yelling at me when I'm cleaning my gun. I'll wash the blood off the tailgate when deer season's done. We got one more weekend to go, and I'd like to kill one more doe. So I'll shovel the sidewalk again, 'cause you're still in a stew. And I'll bet the bridge tender's widow won't mind that I can't please you. She sure got the run of the men out here where the pickings are thin and there's not much to do. And I woke up last night in the grip of a fright, scared to breathe for I might make a noise. For this life that we crave, so little we save between the grandparents' graves and the grandchildren's toys. And we grew up hard, and our children don't know what that means. We turned into our parents before we were out of our teens. Through a series of Chevys and Fords, the occasional spin around the floor at the Copper Canteen. Now the big boxes out on the bypass are shaving us thin. I guess we can hold on a couple more years till the pension kicks in. Then we'll sell all the stock in the store, leave only the lock on the door, and wonder what then. When I wake up at night in the grip of a fright, and you hold me so tight to your chest, and your breath on my skin still pulls me back in till I'm weightless, and then I can rest. So if Monsignor should pull you aside as you're leaving the church, and I'm out on the ice dropping lines for the walleye and perch, tell him it's not your job to bring me to the fold, and I'd rather stand out in the cold. And honey, I know the wood pile's low and we can't close the flue, so I'll split up a couple more cords before the winter time's through. Hold on to your rosary beads, leave me to my mischievous deeds like we always do. Another song, another guitar. There we go. To celebrate undying faith, we're gathered here like drifted wrecks for a late September wedding. October breathing down our necks. And I knew this town in another time. I knew this town a younger man, with the world in my hip pocket, a subway token in my hand. And you got to me. They got candlelight and a reggae band, champagne by the bucket load and limos on the curb to take us where we need to go. And I need to go somewhere I've been to find the place I lost the trail way back then. So long ago, I don't suppose you even know you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. And you got to me. We danced between the snowflakes falling, tripping on the cobblestones and the trolley tracks. We had it all in. Christmas break, your roommate's gone. We stoked the fire and let it burn till the embers glowed in the morning light. Trust in the tangle of skin on skin. I've not known quite that feeling since you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. I didn't know, but we were not to be. But I know a thing or two now. The wedding party's raging yet. The old and desperate misbehave, and the limo smells like cocaine sweat, cheap cologne and aftershave. This gotta be one of these row house doors. I knew the number long ago. I'll step out on the curb, tell the driver just go on and go, and you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. I didn't know, but we were not to be. But I know a thing or two now. The paperboy wants to smoke, leans his back against a tree. He's tired and cold and broke, and he don't know what to make of me. Standing here in my three-piece suit, standing here just like I am, with my vest unbuttoned and my necktie loose, impervious to all abuse, and you got to me. Brought all this empty down on top of me. Off on $1,000 odyssey. And I know a thing or two now. Yeah, I know a thing or two now. Yeah, I know a thing or two now. Yeah, back to the Takamine. There's more than just a decent man, best friend I ever had. When you're shooting at a coffee can, a 38 don't kick that bad, but it kicks right through my bones every second of every day, clacking by like cobblestones under broken wheels. And if the truth be known, I wasn't doing that well. I wasn't paying attention. I brought it on myself, and I blamed it on the gods that seemed to smile on everybody else. I got so inside out, I didn't know what was real. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. took the pistol off the wall. Somebody hollered, put it back. Sit down, Dad, before you fall down. You got no earthly use for that. But I slipped out the kitchen door, saddled up the swayback mule, cinched her tight and swung on board. Rode off like a drunken fool. Rode right on off the world, just like it never mattered none. There wasn't nothing but me and the hurt and the biting cold and the heft of that gun. In the pocket of a sheepskin coat, moonlight in a madman's eye. For the unfairness of it all, surely something had to die. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. He came out in the lantern light. His face in the flash was the last I saw of the world when it was still right. I didn't watch him fall. I knew I'd hit him good, twice in the chest without a thought. Turned the mule towards the county seats, like I knew I ought. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. My fields are empty now. My ground won't take the plow. It's washed down to gravel and stones. It's only good for burying bones. Lola comes to visit. There's just nothing I can say. We sit here of an afternoon till it's time for her to go away. She rides home on that same mule that brought me to this place. Don't know how she even stands to look upon her daddy's face. He's more than just a decent man, best friend I ever had. When you're shooting at a coffee can, 38 don't kick that bad. I'll do another one off the new record. Half a section in the short grass at the foot of the plains grows broomweed in the dry times and ragweed when it rains. It's all she's got left that the lawyers don't claim. Jackie does her damn best, never one to complain. She's been green breaking horses when she's home from the road, waiting on dispatch to find her a load. She leased all but the trap, ponies can't graze a thing. Another bobtail, a coastal, ought to last them till spring. There were pictures on the tables and kids running around. 4 generations of a blinking light town. Was a cotton-eyed Joe, or maybe just the right glance. She got to go in with Randy at the Friday night dance. Just got 2 rules, if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. Randy says not to worry, he'll feed while she's gone. She got the freight liner idling half up on his lawn. He don't like her driving when the northers come blue, but if the horses went hungry, Lord knows what she'd do. Around Christmas up the Caprock, you can see all the towns, and the courthouses lit up for 10 miles around. It's a magical time to be traveling the roads, watch the country roll by in the halogens glow. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in a Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. She jackknifed on black ice with an oversized load. There's a white cross in the bar ditch where she went off the road. Wasn't going that fast, the responders all say. How it ended that bad, we can wonder all day. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in a Sunday school class. Life's just too short for all that. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in Sunday school class. Life's just too short for all that. Life's just too short for all that. For all that. I think maybe we'll put away the Prozac for just a minute here. Do something different. But she woke up mad, she's trying to pick a fight. Got a phone to my ear cause I'm trying to book a flight, and she's crazy as a goddamn loon. And the airline's drowning in the belly of the beast, and they're all bogged down from the weather in the east, and we're not going anywhere soon. It's 30 degrees on the Emerald Coast. I spilt my coffee and I burnt my toast, and the rent car's sitting on a flat. Internet's down and they don't know why, and I damn near made the desk clerk cry, and there wasn't any reason for that. She's camped in the shower, she won't come out. I don't have a clue what that's about, we'll just have to wait and see. Can't get online to check the bank. Twitter's on fire, my stock's all tanked, but what's really getting to me is I keep losing my glasses. 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 Georgia license, code B restriction. Can't drive unless I got my specs on. Double negatives, proper diction in this North Florida redneck lexicon. Ain't nothing but Fox News fiction on. Nobody's showing the game I'm betting on. How they gonna build a wall with no Mexicans anyway? Honeymoon's over, less than enchanted. Gonna be driving back to Atlanta. She don't like the freeway, so we're going scenic. Apalachicola and points in between. Patches of fog on up to Sop Choppy. 10-4 driver, we're good and gone. Copy, we'll get home tonight or there's gonna be hell to pay. Roadside stand selling Tupelo, honey. You take you a jar and you leave them the money. That's how they do it down here. But it's cold and they're not selling today. She'd just break a jar on my head anyway, 'cause it's my fault we got such a damn late start. I was doing my part for my art and I kept losing my glasses. I kept losing my glasses. I keep losing my glasses. Made the exit and turned up Ponce, and I'll be damned if I know what she wants, but we gotta get something to eat. Majestic Diner's our best chance. Pork chop and eggs ought to save the romance. It's maybe a mile up the street. My daddy told me if you got any sense, better feed the woman. Many years hence, I know what he meant, and I got me a plan, but I can't read the menu, 'cause damn, I keep losing my glasses. 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 Aunt Clara kept her Bible right next to the phone in case she needed a quote when she talked to someone. In my memory she smiles as the blessing is said, and visions of freeze tag dance in my head. She says I'll grow up big. If I eat all my roast, I'll still believe in heaven, but I won't believe in ghosts anymore. I'll put away childish things. I'll put away childish things. And every other weekend, age of 13, with my fishing pole and my field and stream, riding back home on a trailway bus, I looked out the window till I saw too much, and I called my parents by their own first names. I played in the alley, but I didn't play the game anymore. I put away childish things. I put away childish things. Wolves howl all night long. They won't stop and they won't go home. Beneath my window they run. Probably it'll be alright if I keep it all locked up tight and wait till daylight comes. Now my boy goes like a house on fire. He'll never burn out and he'll never retire. I remember when I used to think like that, when I was young and the world was flat. But I'm 40-some now, and man, I don't care. All I want now is just a comfortable chair and to sell all my stock and live on the coast. I don't believe in heaven, but I still believe in ghosts. I put away childish things. 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 The wolves howl all night long. They won't stop and they won't go home. Beneath my window they run. Probably it'll be alright if I keep it all locked up tight and wait till daylight comes. If I wait till daylight comes. Last time I saw you could have been Christmas Eve, could have been someone's birthday, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. Last time I saw you, you had the room upstairs. I never knew for certain what went on up there. No, I never did know what went on up there. Of course you had that boyfriend with the Chevrolet. He never met Will Rogers, I'd be willing to say. It's safe to say he never met Will Rogers. I guess it must have been 1,000 years since I changed my number. Does it mean a thing when the phone don't ring and I don't call back? Can't help but wonder sometimes. I never got to know you like I wanted to. You never seemed to notice how I looked at you. For all I know, you never even noticed. Now the crowd's all scattered to here and yon. Everybody graduated or they just moved on. For all I know, they just moved on. I guess it must have been 1,000 years since I lost your number. Gonna rest my soul by this fishing hole. Gonna watch that pole till my float goes under. Last time I saw you could have been Christmas Eve, could have been someone's birthday, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. I don't know what went wrong, I ain't known you that long to begin with. Leave the rocks in the road, stay away from the river, Virginia. There's not much you can do except wait on a train when the road gullies out in a biblical rain. And that's how it's been ever since I can remember. I'm not too keen of mind, I don't pick up on signs like I ought to. So I won't sweat the cost of the coffee or the wine that I bought you. With your emptied out nest, your chicks have all flew. There's nobody left to take care of but you, and you don't know how to just be. No one ever taught you. I can't find much to say as you play with that loose strand of hair. If you had your tail, you'd be twitching it. And I got to get over the scare until you know. Until you know. Until you know. Never saw such a cold day in June, did you ever, Virginia? In our young days, the old people called it blackberry winter. As the mail plane goes out at a slow rate of climb, this cold rain don't help with your low state of mind, hanging down like the fog on the ridge. You can't tell what's in it. And you stare me down hard and you ask me why I even care. It's not that I'm any Sir Galahad, there just needs to be somebody there to tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. Your bags are all packed. You're not coming back, that's for certain. And the landlady won't like the stains on the rugs and the curtains. That's just wear and tear, such as happens in life. Folks around here live to gossip and gripe, so I won't tell a soul what they'll never know, never hurt them. And I found the letter you left at the foot of the stairs. I heard the horn blow, the train's pulling out. I hope you find somebody there to tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. Leave the rocks in the road, stay away from the river, Virginia. Similar groove, I know, but different key. Look off down the highway at the glittering lights, like windshield glass on the shoulder at night, as the diesels come grinding on up from the plains, all bunched up like pearls on a string. I guess time don't mean nothing, not nothing at all. And out on the horizon, the broken stars fall. Old broken stars, they fall down on the land and get mixed in together with the lights that shine. Well, I've been up all night and I'm down in my back. I've been working the counter to take up the slack, 'cause the money tree's light and the whiskey stream's low, and you ain't worked a week since July. You say the gravel pit's hiring after the first, but you don't have the nature for that kind of work. You might could hire on, but you won't make a hand, and I'll still be here looking at the lights that shine. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. But if the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. We go on good behavior when our youngest comes home. She comes up from Boulder, but she don't stay long. And that oldest still fights me like she was 18. She stopped in for a six-pack a while ago. She's got a cowboy problem, and this last one's a sight. He's all dressed up like Gunsmoke for Saturday night. And they were off to the bars for lack of a plan, racing those stars to the lights to shine. And you've kept all that meanness inside you so long, you'd fight with a fence post if it looked at you wrong. Well, a post won't hit back and it won't call the law. I look at you right, or I don't look at all. Now take a crumpled up soft pack and give it a shake. Out by the dumpster on a cigarette break. With one eye swole up from the back of your hand, and the other eye fixed on the lights that shine. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. But if the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. Now there's antelope grazing in range of my gun. But come opening weekend, you won't see a one. They'll vanish like ghosts, 'cause somehow they know. But now they're up to the fence in the early dawn, and it's warming up nicely for this time of year. The creeks are still frozen, but the roads are all clear. And I don't have it in me to make one more stand, though I never much cared for the lights that shine. What to do? I put this song on the set list. I don't know why, but it's there. Heard the bright lights calling many years ago. You never came back crawling. How you hung in there, I don't know. You're at home in the big town. You got it all figured out. Back home they can't believe it. They don't know what you're about. Your sister loves Jesus, drives an Oldsmobile. Says you ought to come visit, says what you need is a home-cooked meal. She prays for your poor lost soul. She prays for your poor lost soul. Your brother was a doctor, and then they sent him to the pen. Medicare fraud, they say he's doing it again. Your mother's doing all right, owns a quick stop store. She used to call every Sunday, but she doesn't anymore. She just prays for your poor lost soul. She just prays for your poor lost soul. Sometimes you gotta wonder how it all would have been. And you wonder if you had to, or could you go back again? You fly home for Christmas dinner, it's just like the good old days. Fighting with your mom, fighting with your sister. Your brother had sense, so he stayed away. Back home in the big town, you got it all figured out. And it's a comfort knowing, without a doubt, they'll be praying for your poor lost soul. 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 Well, we're getting into the holidays. I'll do another song about familial bliss. Sibling rivalry and what all. I don't have any siblings that I know of. My brother's a fascist, lives in Palacios, fishes the pier every night. He holsters his Glock in a double retention. He smokes while he waits for a bite. He don't like the Muslims, he don't like the Jews, he don't like the blacks, and he don't trust the news. He hates the Hispanics and alternate views. He'll tell you it's tough to be white. My sister's a Christian, she likes to go fishing. She don't mind my brother at all, 'cause he puts her on redfish and flounder and specks, and they tear up the flats in the fall. She gets back to Dallas all sunburnt and sour, worn out from slinging plugs hour after hour, seeing spots when she closes her eyes in the shower. She don't see a conflict at all. That's the state of the union, I guess. It's always been iffy at best. We're all in the family, the cursed and the blessed. It's the state of the union, I guess. Now mother turned 80, consummate lady. We took her to Golden Corral, 'cause she likes the yeast rolls and the Bourbon Street chicken. We oughta known better by now, 'cause me and my brother got into it good. I called him a hick and he called me a hood. He said Dad always treated his Mexicans good. I guess you think you're better somehow. Yeah, you think you're better, Mr. Cardigan Sweater, snowflake if ever there was. You think you're so cool, you did good in school, you got whooped every day on the bus. Sister lit out for the shouting got worse. Went to Wednesday night prayer at the New Christian Church with a cross on her neck and a 9 in her purse. She might be the wisest of us. That's the State of the Union, I say. Christmas dinner will be hell to pay. It's like, how about them cowboys and have a blessed day. It's the State of the Union, I say. It's the State of the Union, I guess. We're all in a hell of a mess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the State of the Union, I guess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the State of the Union, I guess. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah. I forgot that this is kind of a commercial enterprise here. Anyway, so that's my tipping info. If you don't have it already, get a screenshot. There, and that's old Junior Samples back there trying to sell us a truck. You dial BR549. Now let's see. I think I'll be here Wednesday, but I won't be here Sunday, a week from today. So. Tune in Wednesday if you can. And I won't be at the Continental Club Tuesday this week because there's a Tom Waits Hoot Night going on. It ought to be lots of fun, but I believe I'll stay in Caldwell County. Once again, thanks. Be safe. Hear the trucks on the highway and the ticking of the clocks. There's a ghost of a moon in the afternoon. Bullet holes in the mailbox. Bullet holes in the mailbox. Keyholes in my mind. Too long in the wasteland. Too long in the wasteland and falling behind. She said, won't you come see me when the sun goes down? It'll be just like the old days when I used to let you hang around. Well, I don't know, I might not speak the language anymore. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland, will close some doors. People in the village watch their children play. At the sight of a stranger, they call the kids away. Just leave that man alone, I hear the mother say. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland's what made him that way. Well, I hadn't intended to bend the rules, but whiskey don't make liars, it just makes fools. So I didn't mean to say it, but I meant what I said. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland must have gone to my head. Jet trail in the sunset, a long way away, cutting across the horizon at the edge of the day. And it calls out to me, come fly away. But I've been too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland, I believe I'll have to stay. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland, gonna have to stay. Thanks a lot, folks.